The release of Pac-Man in 1980 was a landmark moment in video game history. Developed by Toru Iwatani and his team at Namco, Pac-Man stood out with its distinct maze chase gameplay, cute lead character, and universal appeal. The game became an unprecedented pop culture phenomenon that vividly demonstrated gaming's potential as mainstream entertainment. Examining Pac-Man's origins provides insight into the design philosophies and innovations that made it such an influential title. The context of gaming in the late 1970s prior to Pac-Man's emergence, the video game landscape was dominated by fast-paced, often violent titles, modeled after arcade games like Pong and Space Invaders. While fun, these games primarily appealed to male players and lacked meaningful characters or objectives beyond getting a high score. Namco designer Toru Iwatani recognized that gaming had the potential for wider appeal beyond just Space Invaders and Space Fighters. He led a small team in crafting something novel and non-violent that could attract women and couples to arcades. This driving concept ultimately birthed Pac-Man. Inspiration and design. The inspiration for Pac-Man's iconic form came from an unlikely place, a half-eaten pizza sitting in Iwatani's office. Noticing the leftover pizza slice's missing wedge, Iwatani envisioned bringing the shape to life as an insatiable, gobbling hero. This simple image formed the basis for Pac-Man's distinct circle and mouth design. Namco developers experimented with multiple maze layouts to best enable frantic tactical evasion. Playtesters showed most engagement with the final symmetrical pen and ghost house design. Power pellets were added to enable Pac-Man to defeat his spectral foes and flip the tables, adding satisfying role reversal. Iwatani intentionally gave Pac-Man a cute cartoonish appearance in contrast to the grim spaceships and tanks dominating arcades. His two-dimensional form lent itself to smooth animation and humor. Small details like the gloves he wore further endeared him to players. Overall, Pac-Man's non-threatening personality and purposeful lack of backstory allowed anyone to project their own interpretations onto him. Pac-Man demonstrated major advancements that expanded the possibilities of gaming in its era. It was one of the first games to implement eye for enemy behaviors, like how ghosts change strategy upon power pellet consumption. Each ghost was programmed with unique personalities too. The game's onboard ROM chip allowed for smoother graphics and animations than prior arcade games. This innovation enabled the iconic ghost animations and Pac-Man on-screen fluidity that wowed players. Pac-Man also featured more sophisticated sound effects and music, such as the iconic Waka Waka noise. These audiovisual leaps brought tangible atmosphere that immersed players. Impact and legacy. Upon release, Pac-Man became nothing short of a cultural sensation and gaming's first recognized mascot. It sold over 400,000 units globally, making it the best-selling arcade cabinet ever at the time. People from all demographics found themselves compelled by Pac-Man's straightforward, snack-chomping appeal. Pac-Man demonstrated gaming could have deeper hooks beyond just challenging gameplay and scoring, like compelling characters and worlds. Its success helped cement arcades within mainstream entertainment and popular culture. Pac-Man's runaway popularity inspired a barrage of licensed merchandise and an animated TV series. Even a hit song based on Pac-Man charted. 40 years later, Pac-Man remains among the most iconic and influential video games ever. Elements of its maze chase dynamic and compelling personality live on in myriad games today. Pac-Man himself endures as a beloved pop culture figurehead. For generations of gamers, Waka Waka brings nostalgia for Pac-Man's indelible charm and historic impact.